sanctuary. Not bad. I think she's tired. I have a safe.
If I only had a bobby pin.
But yeah, there's the safe, guys. Want the fusion core. We want the paper. And the pistol. There was one more hole too. Oh, anyways, that's like, okay, we came down there to get the fusion core and the meat, yeah, and stuff, but mainly the fusion core. Usually it would have been the safe too, but no luck again. And then come up here and activate the workbench up here. Two home bases so far. You'll probably look around here anyways because you're here, but we've got a bench back here that you can work with. Pick it up and take it over the area where stuff is. You got a fire over here that you can cook on. And you got your armor bench and your workbench, your power armor thing. That's it. I don't know. So yeah, most of the stuff that you, like a good chunk of the stuff that you need to craft with is here. It's all just base stuff, but I think most of it, the chem bench might not be here. Well, it's the chem bench. So yeah, you got your armor, your weapons, your chemicals, and your cooking station already. So that's close to sanctuary. So now we got dog meat, right? So what we want to do now is, I usually head up to the, well, not usually, but head up to the power line. Where's the power line? Where am I going here? Yeah, head up to the power lines. This is where I start looking up in this upper north area, right? Like basically from this lake over to the water's edge here and up. Do a little scan in this area here, and you get enough stim packs and stuff like that to get you through the beginning of the game. And it'll level you up a little bit with all the things that you're killing. And they're a low enough level here that you can usually get away with them. And the other one is to save. Right? Like save. Let me say it again. Save. Landmarks are usually, for like the big land, whatever, are usually a pretty good example of like places to check out up here. And you want to activate Abernathy Farm. Just pay attention when you're coming into places. If you see red, it's an enemy. Be prepared or avoid. Early in the game, avoidance is a bad
thing. That's close enough, stranger. We're a peaceful farm. We don't want any trouble.
Try hand feeding her the one with the pill in it so that she's not picking at it.
It's okay. I'm friendly. Not looking to cause any trouble.
If you say so, but be warned, we're armed here, so don't try anything. Let me tell you, farming ain't easy. Out in the field all day, every day, and every minute of it spent watching your back.
Did she eat it or spit it out?
She ate it.
Cool.
She ate the other one
Farming's
too
hard work.
before I hand-fed it
Won't
to
argue
her.
with
Oh,
that.
okay.
Blake Abernathy.
She shouldn't
Been
really have
ages since I've seen
pepperoni.
one of those
The
vault
only
suits.
thing I could find was
You new to these parts?
she might have eaten it.
Yeah.
I'm,
Gave her cheese
yeah,
last night. She
you
just
could say that.
kept
Good to see a
spitting
new
it out.
face. How about you? Ever think about working the land?
So I
Digging
guess
the
I'll
dirt
have to
all
go buy
day.
her
No thanks.
You're a wiser woman than me. Word of
boneless
advice, though.
pork.
If you do
Yeah.
start up a farm, be ready to deal with the raiders. Why do all the hard work when you can just take what you want at gunpoint?
Sounds like bad news to me.
You really are new to these parts. Best armed bastards in the Commonwealth. You have something they want, they won't hesitate to take it. Last time those raiders hit us, my daughter Mary tried to stand up to them. Now she's buried out back of the house. Only 21 years old, and they shot her down without a thought. That's why we need the Minutemen back. And the sooner, the better.
There's nothing worse than losing a child. Believe me, I know.
I'm sorry to hear you say so. I don't have much to offer, but those raiders that killed Mary, they took her locket too. It's been in Connie's family for generations. If you could get it back, it'd mean a lot to us.
Don't worry. I'll get that locket back for you.
Good. Connie feels like it's a part of Mary. I don't think she'll rest easy again as long as it's gone.
So pick these potatoes, guys. You're allowed to. And it'll give you something to plant in sanctuary to feed your people quickly.
I suppose I can't help it. It hasn't been that long since.
You won't have to hunt around for anything. You'll
Stop. Just put it
be
out
able
here.
to pick them from there from this point on. And
You're right.
it'll feed your people. Oop.
Hey. Wait, hold. Oh, go check that out.
Come on. Get out of the way, doggy.
Move here.
No, damn it. Once you do the mission, you'll be able to activate the stench.
Where'd you go?
Laying down over there.
Oh.
So all the stuff in here is all stealable if you want to steal.
Thought you got tired and went to bed.
But if you get caught stealing, they'll shoot you. So I would suggest that if you're going to try it, you always do a save, so that if you die, you still
Such a good girl. Yeah.
you still progress to this point. And when you're going to steal, duck down, and it'll tell you if you're hidden, right? So if you're hidden, you can take it, right? But watch out, because it can loop on you real fast, like real fast. Right? And so be a little bit selective of what you're gonna pilfer, especially early. Fertilizer you always want to take if you can. It's very important in the game too. Out of the way, dog meat. And like, I've been pretty lucky here, but normally once I managed to get that fertilizer and stuff, I would have saved again. Because if I got busted later on, I would have lost it all. Right? And stuff that's important, or especially early in the game, save. Did I say save? So yeah, just hike around this area up here, right? Like, I mean, even this trailer by Abernathy Farm, like I said, power lines are good, pretty good indicator, right? But this trailer's got the plants around it, which aren't a huge deal, but you will need them or want them later to craft. And it's got ammo, and it's got a med-X, it's got duct tape, which has got adhesive, and adhesive is very important in the game. A couple of stim packs, purified water heals here, so you take purified water, and it's worth money, people will buy it. If you ever want to advance, if you come here at night, you go to sleep, and you wake up 8 hours from now, and it's daylight again. Right. You can do the same thing in a chair. Right, so you're not walking around at night if you don't want to. These things, if you have the ammo and you want to, kill them, because it's cooking and food, make meat. You can sell it or you can eat it. So, rifle, ammo. Duct tape for the adhesive. I'm not going to worry about shooting them right now because I'm going to concentrate on getting stuff that will heal me and stuff. I don't want to get encumbered. Normally I do a thing, take back everything, and then come back out and finish off the grid from where I was. And
Excellent.
6% less damage in melee. Go. You will find enemies in here, so be careful. And what did I say? Before you go in, save, save. Before I go any further, I'm going to back up a little bit here. So, setting up your weapon wheel, right? If you go to your inventory, if you look down to the bottoms, right, it says inspect, drop, fave, sort. If you go to fave, actually, go to what you want to load, right? So I want to load my stim packs, so hit fave, and then put it where you want it, alright? So I guess I had already done it, because it was there. So I want my stim packs there, alright? Could put the med-X down, take one before I go into the fight, and I would get as hurt. I'm not going to worry about that right now. So, and then do the same thing, obviously, with your weapons, right? So, you put your pistol is wherever it is, And I want to pave that one, and I'll put it beside my pistol. Right? And you use your right and left directional, up and down directional, right? But you have to remember to hit X on the gun that you want to use. If you don't hit X, you won't pull it out, right? If you just go to it, you won't pull it out. Right? And as soon as you aim your gun, it'll go back to the one that it was on, right? Like if you don't hit X, right? Like if I go into the rifle and I aim, it'll still bring up my pistol, right? So you have to hit X to load it. And you're on. Right? Got it? Same thing with taking your meds and shit, right? You gotta go on it and then hit X. Never safe, but I don't have a pepper. Don't have a pumpkin.
Excellent.
Got a comic book here. To do crit hits. I don't know, can't read it. Something about melee damage, though. Oh, trailer key. I'll go through and show you what actually, like when I hit Sanctuary and stuff, I'll go through and show you what I've actually accumulated in total just by doing this little bit of running around up in this upper area. And I'm not going to hit all the places that are up here. Right? There's definitely more than what I'm going to hit. I know there's a couple places in this area, I believe. There's more in here. I think there's something on this island, actually. I might have already hit that one. No, that's Sanctuary. Maybe there's an island down in this one. But, yeah, I'll show you what I've accumulated, and there was stuff that I didn't get. Because when I started the game, I had nothing. There's something over there that I could go check out. Looks like there's a building there that I could go check out. I'm going to, but some of the things that you see that look like they might have something don't. But most of them will. Pretty sure I'm missing something here, but I'm not going to spend a shitload of time looking around. Got it.
Hey, Steve, heads up. Grab anything useful.
Gotta be something here. Excellent. This might be where that trunk is. Oh, yeah, I got it. Trunk under the water somewhere here. I don't know how to drive anymore. But underneath the water in there, I believe there's a trunk that's got, I think it's another rifle. And, oh, another little, oh, I want to go down there. And we want to try and avoid. What's all of this dog? I might have to deal with it. Another safe, but I don't have the body gem. This is where looking around Sanctuary and Red Rocket and stuff first would have been beneficial, but nothing wrong with running, oh shit, with running and hiding early in the game because there's certain enemies that you're just not meant to be in the area. I mean, I could if I wanted to waste all my ammo and all my stem packs, I could kill them. Right? But to kill one thing, is it worth using all your ammo and all your stem packs that you've got so far? I don't think so. I really wish they'd improve the jumping mechanism on this. Okay. And like I said, like if you look around, like I'm right on the borderline here. Here's another building. This is somebody's building. Oh. So, crouch down, you're heading, right, you're gonna take it. I wonder who is there? Probably have taken that too low because it's probably Soprano. They only do books. I don't think they do anything. I don't think they're worth anything. I don't think you can sell them anywhere. Run into whoever's place this is. Oh, there you go.
I buy and sell.
Okay.
Just put up everything you got, and let's see if
I
we
don't
can make
know
a
if
deal.
I remember
Anything
finding this
been
guy.
happening around here?
Nothing
Trippy.
you'd be interested in. Now I got merchandise to move here if you're still buying.
Sure.
I don't know if I
Let's
looked
take a
on
look.
this guy. So we actually probably have some stuff that we can sell him because we can sell him the pipe pistol. Although the pipe pistol. The rifle free now. We got 4 pistols. We don't need 4 of them. They don't break down. I know we'll get this stuff back. And then, like I said, be selective on what you sell here because you want to either cook it or use a lot of it to craft with. The purified water is like you need it to craft, but you'll be making your own soon enough, so don't worry about that. Anything that's already cooked or prepackaged, you can probably sell it. Right? Like if it says chunks, it's already been cooked. You can keep it to heal you 50%, or you can sell it. Oh shit, he didn't have any caps anyways, what am I doing? You want to sell shit as much as you can, because you want to get the caps off the guy. But this guy has no caps. So we'll take all that stuff back, because we're not just going to give it to him for nothing. We'll buy us 38 rounds. So now we got to go up 44 caps, because we still owe him 22 and we wanted his 22. So we'll take a 4 cap loss just because we don't want to mess around and look for a way to save 4 caps. And that's the bonus for him for everything that's missing out of his shack. So yeah, I'm gonna probably start heading towards Sanctuary here in a minute. But like I said, there's places here that I know I've tested, that I found before, and I just found one that I don't think I ever found before. So, like I said, this, like, count over basically 3 white bars, right, the edge of the lake, and you could go further. You could go to the satellite station, right? That's where the mission, I think, is, or whatever that you got from Abernathy Farm. But you know you're going to fight if you go there, right? So, like, I usually count, like, the edge of this lake type deal down to this lake, and, like, do a pretty thorough search. You can see what I already found, right? And like I said, I know there's more in various areas, and they're not all buildings, so like the places that you find don't always show up, right? Only the buildings show up, but the car is in the middle of nowhere that you got stuff off of the power lines that you got stuff off of. They don't show up on the map, right? So let's kind of head back towards Sanctuary and see what we managed to accumulate. think I've been playing for like maybe a little bit over an hour right now. Save, guys. Not like I just did there. Save. This is a risky save because it's going to keep spawning me back in this fight if I end up dying, but I think I'll be alright. Save. If you picked up anything that's worthwhile, save. You die quick in the beginning of the game. I'm trying not to use my ammo, obviously. Just dogs be walking that? Must be. Okay, and remember, guys, that you can always talk to your companion. That's why I bring Dong Reed around with me. And if you get over encumbered, you can always give him stuff to carry for you until he's filled up, right? Didn't have to do that because I wasn't encumbered yet, but if you do get encumbered or if you just want to stay ahead of the game just in case you do in the middle of a fight or whatever when you're picking something up, every now and then give stuff to them. And then you'll not be encumbered, and when you get to your base you'll have more stuff. Just remember to empty them when you get to your base. Shouldn't have given that to him. Right this close. Where are you, doggy?
Hey, wait there.
Oh.
Hey, come on. Hold position over here.
Ah, come on, doggy.
Heads up.
There we go. Take all. Okay, and then another kind of suggestion. I don't know if I'd actually call it a tip, but it might be kind of a tip. But another suggestion, it's a pain in the butt, guys, but if you keep putting stuff like that, I can go to my bench here right now, right, and I can deposit all my junk, right? Like I could hit the store all my junk section, right? And I just moved a bunch of crap over, right? Everything that was in my junk section. But the problem with doing that all the time is that now I have a globe in there which I'm never going to use, right? I have an ashtray in there that I'm never going to use. The bags of fertilizer, I've got 2 of them, but like the stuff in here, I'm never going to use as, like if you want to use it for decorating and stuff, keep some of the stuff later in the game, right? Or if you find something that's a new box or whatever, right? Like the stuff that you want to keep for decorating, you can leave in here because you can take it out and decorate with it. But other than that, like I'm never going to use a cigarette carton, right? But it's 4 plastic, 4 cloth, or 2 plastic, 4 cloth, 2 asbestos, right? But it's not until I break it down, right? And if I get 1,000 things in there that I have to break down, it's really a pain in the ass, right? So every now and then when you come back, rather than putting your stuff in there, go to your junk pile and just drop it all on the ground, right? If you do this when you, like every time you come back, rather than just putting it in there, like if you want to go and do something quick, put it in there. But if you get in the habit of doing this early in the game, it's a pain in the ass. But eventually you're going to have to do it if you want to use it. And other than that, and decorating, there's no point in you picking the shit up, right? Like if you're not going to build, then you don't need it. And if you're not going to build, you're not going to decorate, right? But if you want to do those 2 things, you're going to need material. And that's not material, that's roll of tape, right? So when you scrap it, I get my adhesive and I get my cloth, which is what I'm going to do to craft things, right? So, like, enhanced targeting cards, cool, but I can't build with that, right? I can decorate with it, but I can't build with it. And everything that's here, you're going to find there's 100 times in the game, or more, probably more. Like I said, it's a pain in the butt, but you're going to eventually have to do it. And if you're not going to have to do it, then there's no point in you picking it up. Like I said, if you're not going to build and you're not going to craft anything, which that's not going to happen because you're going to have craft armor, you're going to have to craft mods. Like even if you don't want to build, you're still going to have to craft stuff, right? So rather than have 1,000 things and have them possibly glitch out when you drop them because there's too many and stuff like that, spend the 2 minutes breaking them down quickly. I try and pick this similar area. I generally here I just go off the driveway and I drop my stuff here because it's easy to know where you dropped it, and then you scan around. Like I can't see anything here, but if I scan around with my cursor, I go on and it's like I actually did miss a pair of handcuffs, right? So if you drop at the same spot all the time, right, you may eventually hit what you missed. So I saw something else blink there too. And like I said, if you dropped 1,000 things, more shit would glitch into the ground and stuff, and you just end up losing it. Right? So you definitely want to not leave it all for one time. And then when you get to the point that you've done this, right, like I just did it now, so everything that I drop should be 1 or 2 things. But the more stuff, like when I add stuff to it, it doesn't go into that pile. right? Like, if I, okay, I'm gonna take my fertilizer here, right? And I'm gonna grab my fertilizer, right? And my fertilizer is in one container, right? When I get more fertilizer, as I'm depositing it in there, it'll go into different containers, right? So when I have 4 containers of fertilizer down on the ground, if I scrap them individually, then they'll all go into one, right? And I think some things only hold a maximum, like the ammo boxes only hold a maximum of 50 rounds or whatever, so can't, like, you're not gonna ever drop ammo, but like stuff that's limited, that's a deal, right? And I'll give you a quick rundown on this now too while I'm here. I got my fertilizer there, right? If I go into build mode and I hold my finger at the side of the square and the X button on my controller, right? And I'm gonna roll my finger across to the circle, right? I'm gonna hit like all the buttons. I'm gonna roll my finger across. One window came up. That didn't work. So I hit X, or hit no. You heard that click and you saw the big window pop up behind it that time, right? That means it worked. So now I want to store my fertilizer, right? I believe, oh, there's the thing I missed. I believe I had 8 fertilizer, right? What did I drop there? Right, so I'm going to go back to my bench. And I now have 16 fertilizer, right? So I'm going to take my 16 fertilizer and I'm going to drop them, right? And now I have 2 bottles of fertilizer, right? So this is just to show you and to make the point, right? I'm going to store, or I'm going to scrap both of these fertilizers, right? So scrap that one, right? And then I come back over here, I'm still going to have 16 fertilizer, right? 16 fertilizer, and I take them, and now when I drop them, they're all in one bottle, right? Where this becomes relevant, right, is if you want to duplicate, because that's what I just did when I did the thing, right? If you want to duplicate, you don't want to have to duplicate 4 bottles or 8 bottles that you drop. So you could take the time, you scrap them all before you're going to do it, and then they condense down into the lowest common denominator that they can, right? So I go into my build mode again, and there's my 16 fertilizer or whatever. Hold my finger on the outer edge of the square and the X button and roll it over to the circle button. You saw the big window pop up behind and then this window, so it worked, right? So I hit yes, I want to store it, right? And now I go back to my workbench and I should have 32 fertilizer, right? So that's how you duplicate, right? And if you break stuff down early enough in the game, without just throwing it in here, right, I could duplicate my ceramic right now, right? I could duplicate my antiseptic, my bone, right? Like, all of this stuff I can duplicate. There's some stuff that it won't work on, right? But for the most part, all of your junk it'll work on. You can't do ammo, you can't do weapons, you can't do anything like that, but anything that's in the junk section, you pretty much can duplicate, right? So that saves you from having to pick up stuff all the time, because you've got ample of everything, so then you can just concentrate on the important stuff that you want, right? And it lets you level up quickly. I'll give you the quick rundown on that right now too, right? So wood and steel is basically what you want to level up quickly, right? And if you want to okay, like, okay, before I do this, like, there's two options here, right? I could download a mod that gave me unlimited, well, three options actually. I can play the game legit, straight up, and just, I could walk around here, and I could scrap, right? If I go into build mode, once I own a thing, I can go around and I can scrap everything that's scrappable, right? I can take every tree off this, well, not every tree, but most trees off this land. Or if I want to leave trees for decorative purposes, I don't want to scrap them, right? And I want to leave trees, right? I might even want to leave the old lamppost, right? So be selective on what you're going to scrap, right? The old car I don't care about. I can scrap this whole house, right? But if I scrap the whole house, no, can't get in this one. If I scrap the whole house, I scrap everything that's inside it, and I don't get it, right? So if it's a house that can be scrapped, go in and scrap everything inside the house before you scrap the house, right? This one I can't get in, so I'm just going to scrap the whole house. I'm going to get 15 steel, 20 wood, 15 concrete, and 5 rubber, right? And I'm going to get a flat surface that I can build on, right? I can go through and I can scrap like the fallen down fence piece, right? I can scrap the whole fence if I want, but I might want to leave it for decorative purposes, right? So I don't know that for sure yet. So only scrap what you know you want to scrap. I can carry this doghouse to where I want it, and I can tell dog meat to go in it, right? So like I said, only scrap what you know you want to scrap, or scrap everything if you just want to whatever, right? Like I said, scrap the whole house, but if I go inside it, if I can get in this one, doesn't look like I can. No. I know some of them you can. So scrap it. That's the material I'm getting. Right? So you can walk around the whole settlement and scrap whatever, right? And this is legit. You're playing the game. No glitches, no bugs, no nothing like that. You're legit playing the game, right? Because you're allowed to do this in the game, right? So now I can, ideally what you want to do later, if you don't want to mess with things, is find a house that you can scrap, right? This is like if you want to cheat, right? If you want to duplicate it. And my theory on the duplication is I can download a mod that gives me unlimited supplies, right? That will bog out my system possibly, right? Because I'm playing on a PlayStation, I don't have a computer, right? Some mods work good on them, some don't, but it's still going to make your game work harder, I believe, like your system work harder and stuff, because you got the mod in there, and you're taking up room and stuff like that, right? So I can download the mod, and all you guys will say I'm not cheating, right? Or I can duplicate stuff so that I can do what I want to do, not bog down my machine, not take up memory space, and I'm doing the same thing that you're doing by downloading the mod, except I'm having to work for what I'm wanting to do. Right? You're just downloading a mod, and then you're Superman when it comes to building and stuff, right? I'm actually doing work to get the material that I want to get, right? So that's my way of looking at duplicating in this game, is that I have the option to download a mod that I choose not to download, but I want the material to be able to build and to be able to level up and stuff like that, without having to die for 4 hours before I can get it, right? Because if I go out in the world right now, I'm too weak, I'm going to keep dying, right? That's reality. Or I am. You may not, but I am, right? So I'm going to drop my stuff, and I'm going to find it. There it is. So I got steel and I got wood, right? And remember, look around, because there might be 2 or 3 stacks of the stuff. I'm going to roll my finger and I'm going to duplicate it. Alright? Both that time. So, oh, damn. So now I'm going to go back to my workbench. and I'm going to have double what I have. Wood, steel. Oh, and you should be doing rubber too, in actuality. So, but now I got two sacks of steel, two sacks of wood. Right? That's not too many to work with, so I'm just gonna duplicate them again. Wood, steel, and rubber. I got a trophy for scavenger. Cool. Okay, so now I'm encumbered, so I'm moving really slow. But at least I don't have to go far. So I'll drop it. I'll drop it. I'll drop it. And now we have a whole bunch of stacks. Right? Not a whole bunch, but we got enough. So now I'm just going to scrap it. I'm not going to duplicate it. Just going to scrap it. So we had 4 and 3. What is that? 4. I mean, some things stack up more, and like when you do that, obviously the steel stacks up better than the wood does. I'll take that, I'll take that, I'll take that. And I'll drop everything. So now we only have 3 stacks, right? And the reason you want to do that is because sometimes you'll hit a thing where it doesn't work, and that means you have to do it that much more. At least if I only have to try 3 times, I'm pretty good, right? Okay. So now we have, just doing it for that long, now we have almost 1,000 wood, 1,200 steel. I only did the rubber a couple times, we only got 48. So you have 2 options here, right? I can just head to this house here, like go to build mode, and go to furniture and shelves. And you can build anything you want, but ideally you want to find something that's not taking a lot of material. So this uses 2 wood, right? I scrap, I got 2 XP. So I just sit here and just spam it, right? You can see my XP going up, right? Using 2 wood every time. But I just went up a level, right? So now I can scrap these if I want, right? And I'm getting back half of the material that I spent to scrap it, right? This can get monotonous, this can get boring, right? As you can see up in the upper right side of my screen, the size is up, the gauge is pretty full. That's your build limit, right? So because I put so many shelves up, my build limit went up to where I'm almost maxed on what I can build in here. Because you can only put up a certain amount of items. Doesn't matter how big the item is or how small the item is, right? It's items, right? So you have to do the whatever. Early in the game, and if you're just doing it like legit as you're playing the game, right? You would probably want to do it and scrap it, right? Because you're okay. This will continue on in the next video, guys. So you have to check out the next video to learn the next stage.